Hey everyone, this is Raz the Psycho, as you all know. Gonna give it a moment to let people tune in. Alright, y'all. See a few people are starting to tune in. Looks like one, but hey ZHD, how's it going, man? Pretty much, Raz the Psycho has been slept on by the music industry all over the nation. And there's about to be some major stuff happening, y'all. I can't release details yet, but if these things go through, it's gonna be straight fire for the Psycho and for all that follows. And like, there's talks of maybe a record deal and maybe a tour. I can't release info on with who or any of that yet because it's all still being discussed. But it's just insanely major. Like, it definitely will be worth checking out if it goes down because it's gonna go from being down here at the bottom to way up to the top. Nice ZHD. Good to hit 800 subs. You just 200 away from that 1,000. Yeah, fucking been trying to get on here as much as I can. Been so busy in the studio and promoting and talking to other artists and getting stuff mashed out for collabs. Got some nice collabs coming up, including one with Crimson, formerly known as King Crimson, but some legal mumbo jumbo happened, so it got shortened down to Crimson. But still, nonetheless, it's still my brother. So it's gonna be an insane collab once that's finished. Like, people be saying he sucks. Nah, he don't suck. They just don't be listening. They be listening to his older stuff when he was still learning how to do it, I guess you could say. His new stuff is straight fire. I've heard some of it. He's even sent me a demo of the collab that me and him's working on. It's nothing but straight fire. Like, blows anything he's ever done out of the water. Uh, didn't really have much of a topic for today. Just checking in. That way people see that I'm still doing it, still working on the grind, still doing everything as hard as I can, trying to make sure I do this right for everyone that's tuned in. I don't do this music for me or to even get rich or any of that. I do this music so people have something new to listen to. That way they don't turn on the radio and hear someone make it rich off saying their name 15,000 times in one song. I make music that way someone has something to listen to that's worth a damn. Not saying that other artists ain't worth a damn, but there's some of those artists out there that you turn on the radio, you start hearing their song, and you almost just want to turn off the radio and never turn it back on. My goal is to get music out there to where once you hit that power button and it starts playing, you want to listen all the way through. I got a nice little message to share with everyone in my music, and anyone that supported me from the bottom is going up to the top with me. Just straight up like that. Like, trying to get another homie up in here with us. I kind of chose a random time to go live, so not very many people are available to go live at the moment. A lot of people are at work and such. All right, 1 second, fam. I'm gonna try to bring one of my homies in real quick. Gotta switch over and get him a nice little invite sent. This stuff gets a little confusing at times. Let's see if he'll be able to get his invite. Here's something.
What's up, man?
Hey, bro. Glad you could tune us. Or join us, I mean. Yeah,
Right on.
there wasn't really much of a topic, just kind of letting everyone know that they've been sleeping on the psycho for too long and some major stuff's about to happen. And of course, we can't release information yet, but yeah, you know how the legal mumbo jumbo goes.
Yeah, I feel that.
Pretty much just let them all see that I'm still alive and not like dead in a studio somewhere or some shit.
Right on. Always a good thing to do.
Let's see if I can't pull one more person in with us. There's so many damn windows open, it's hard to keep up with them all. Just sent to seeing if our brother that I was talking to you about earlier might want to jump in with us.
Oh, right on.
He was doing a video earlier, but was having a little bit of trouble trying to set up the hangouts and everything.
Yeah, it's probably because Hangouts has been so. If I mean, it's been lately here. It's been working a little better.
Yeah.
Like
Then
I'm
there's
actually
days.
getting like I'm actually getting people's invites fairly quicker.
Yeah. But it's also days where it seems like it doesn't want to work at all.
Oh yeah, like a few
Like we'll
days.
be sitting there
Like
trying to post link and email and Facebook and all that, and it's like, no, no.
yeah, yeah, like 3 4 days ago it was bad.
Hmm.
Like that night we interviewed ours, it was bad.
Yeah. Well, it was mainly bad on the technology side because that was the first time that he used that app or whatever. So he was doing the first setup. And then, of course, in the middle of the interview, like 58 minutes in, Snickers had issues with his net. So
Yeah, he
therefore, it
told
cut our.
yeah, he told me about that. That was some BS.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad they came and fixed it for him. I mean, that's
Oh,
what they
yeah.
should have done.
Especially with how much he pays for it.
Oh yeah, yeah, he told me and I was like, yeah, I was like if I stand anywhere when it comes to like utilities like that, you should definitely get what you pay for considering what people pay for certain utilities these days.
Right.
I mean, it's especially on the internet end, it's like you're paying for a service, so your service should be met. And like I get the internet as a whole. It's not a perfect thing, but I mean, I
Hmm.
just think it's ridiculous sometimes. Like I get there's stuff when it gets out of their hands where they can't do anything, but if they have the ability to fix it, but yet are like letting people go without the service they're paying for numbers of hours, that's where I draw the line.
Right. It looks like our brother's a little busy at the moment, so he won't be able to jump in with us, but it's all good. Yeah, he's busy setting up stuff, trying to get a few things hammered out about the details and stuff. So,
Right on.
yeah, freaking went out like 10, 15 minutes ago for a cigarette. Had my mic and everything set up here in the living room. Like, as you can tell, I'm not in the studio like I normally am. And like, no sooner as I heard or shut the front door, I heard something crash. Opened the freaking door back up, and the cats were hanging from my freaking pop filter and hanging from the freaking stand itself. I'm just
Oh
like,
geez.
no. I thought that they broke my second mic.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, I would have had some kitties for lunch. Ooh, 1 second. I got to refill my coffee. That is a must. I shall return. Okay, I'm back.
Right
CH.
on.
Sometimes I do curse ZHD, but sometimes I catch myself. I try to limit my cursing, although I am a sailor, so I can cuss like a sailor.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose like if I really tried, I could probably make videos without cursing, but it it's just not me. Like anybody who knows me like really well, like
Hmm.
I'm just a straight up opinionated person who just I cuss a lot. Like I know there's people that say it's like it's not necessarily like a sign of intelligence, and I guess I get that to a point, but then again, it's just natural in me. I just sure I can get my points across without like swearing, but I mean I'd be pretty lucky if I could if I could make make a video and not swear.
Right. Well,
I've noticed some of my Juggalo videos because I can find myself where I won't swear. So like once I can hit monetization, I'll probably be able to monetize some of them. But like I
mhm,
know some videos on my other channel, yeah, I don't think a single one of them would ever get monetized just because of the stuff I talk about.
right. Yeah, it's the hard
'Cause,
part doing a channel is wherever you're planning on getting monetized in the future, you kind of got to watch what you're doing in the beginning.
yeah.
Is they could pull up the old stuff and be like, oh, well, what about this right here? It's like, oh, shit.
Well, I don't I mean I think some people are overreacting to a point. I mean, like I feel like I definitely feel for YouTubers. Like I'm a
Hmm.
small YouTuber on well, technically all three of my channels, even though my podcast channel I really haven't been doing a lot with it. And then my other main channel, like I'm doing I'll probably upload a video at like I don't know every other day on that one. But that
Right.
one's just such a hard market to get popular in because in that market you need the fancy stuff to get somewhere. It's not like that's what I love about the Juggalo world is I can make Juggalo videos with like just my phone and not even edit them.
Hmm.
And on a good video, I'll get 1,000 views.
Right.
I mean, but if I release the same quality on my main channel, I'm lucky if I get 30 views.
Hmm.
And it's like I get the I get the market for it or whatever, but that's I mean honestly that's why I like doing the Juggalo stuff. Plus it's just there's constant stuff going on and the record labels I cover enough to
Right.
actually sit and do videos on. Whereas like there's plenty of stuff like to do on my main channel, but a lot of the popular people have done it and it's just the market is like just so saturated and it's just like the only way I could get myself going with that is if I got better equipment.
Yeah.
Which I
And
mean,
of course,
lately
to do
I've
that,
got.
you gotta have the money.
Well, yeah, exactly. And it's just like unfortunate. I mean, it's like I wasn't dumb. Like I knew walking back into YouTube. Like I wasn't dumb to the fact that like you kind of got to spend money to make money. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
I mean, not
That's where.
necessarily you have to spend money all the time, but you actually have to put forward a certain amount of money to like, get all the good stuff so you can make your production good.
Yeah,
And then you have to have the drive to like once you have the stuff, like do it and run it and do all that stuff and like keep yourself like to have the drive to want to do it.
for sure.
So I mean, like it was funny yesterday, like there was this dude like I love it because it's like I could tell people weren't watching the video. Like I link my stuff a bunch of places, and this one dude like he just totally just assumed where I was going with the video, and and then it was funny because he was like you could tell like you could just tell he was like a Twizzler. Like it was
Mm.
bad. Like like yeah, like I've made it clear to people I haven't chose a side. I'm not going to unless something really bad was to pop off.
Yeah.
You know, so it's whatever. But I could just tell this dude was just like you know it. Uh, it was just some. It just was. I don't know. You could just tell he felt some type of way. And I'm just like, dude. He's like,
You
oh
can't
well,
be happy.
I'm not gonna believe that until I hear Monoxide say it, and then I offer to send him to a video where the dude watched it on his stream,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden he didn't want the link,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, so you don't? I can provide you with proof, but you don't want to see the proof, but yet you want to question me on whether there was any validness to my video. Like that's the only thing honestly about like the Juggalo world and making videos about the Juggalo world I don't like is it's just like some people just they won't even watch your video and they'll take it at face value just for what the title is and
Yeah.
then just start
Thumbnail.
assuming what you said in that video. It's like, hey retard, watch the video before you get in your feels.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, quit trying to jack my. Yeah, you little brat. Sorry, cat was trying to jack my charging phone cord.
Yeah.
Just straight up grabbed it in his mouth and started taking off with it in my hand.
No, I get how that is. I get how that is. I got cats at home too.
See, that's the little fur ball.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just, like it was just frustrating. So yeah, and then I tell dude, you know, or it's like you'll put the truth out there and people, some people thought I was like I thought I was against it just because of the title. And it's just like if you'd have watched the video, you'd have gotten my take on the whole thing.
Right.
But instead you're like commenting on something you haven't watched, and then just because I say something you don't. And the funny thing was is like the two people commenting, the other one that came along and commented, like I felt the same way he did, but it was just the fact that he took what I said, having playing devil's advocate, and he didn't want to see that. And I'm just like, oh my god, people
Hmm.
really? Because it's like I was in the same boat as him. Like, okay, yeah, I know some people. Like, I know there's some people, and I understand where people feel the way they do. I'm not going to tell them not to feel the way they do, but I'm one of these people. I'm sorry. It's like I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I'm past Twisted not going to March. Do I think they should have gone to the March? Yes, but it's the past. There ain't nothing we can do about it. They didn't go.
Hmm.
I mean, I think even worse than not going to the march, they sat and, denied that there was a list and a gang assessment, even though people sent it to them. And
Right.
Monoxide said, like, oh, well, I'll apologize if I'm wrong. Well, then they should have gotten proof that they were wrong and never did. And that's even what I said on my video. Like, honestly, I kind of hope Twisted sees my video and maybe actually goes and follows it because honestly, I feel like they could really get themselves out of a lot of shit if I guarantee. Okay, I get there's people out there that they're hardcore ICP followers. They're never gonna forgive Twisted, but I bet there's a good percentage of people that all they wanted was for Twisted to support the march. They didn't even have to necessarily go, just to
Hmm.
support it. And I feel like even if at this point they were to just like apologize and admit their wrongs, they could probably gain some of their fans back because you know, because my whole point in the whole video was, well, okay, yeah, Monoxide is right about the fact that Juggalos turn their backs on Twisted, but only because Twisted really, in a sense, did some stuff to make it so that some Juggalos felt like they had no choice,
Hmm.
you know? And it's just, yeah, I love that if like people would have just watched the video, that's what you would have heard. That's what you would have heard me saying,
Right.
you know. So yeah, so it was just I don't know, it was just yeah. So anyways, this guy, one of them, he ended up sitting there saying he was like, oh, that. Oh, you probably shouldn't have even made the video because nobody's gonna watch it. And by that time, I had the video up for maybe 3 hours and had like 50 views. It's like, oh no, I shouldn't have made that video, and now it's probably sitting at about 95 views, and it's not even been on YouTube for a day. And considering I have only 80 subscribers, that's good.
Right.
So I just sat and had a chuckle about that all last night. That this dude's sitting here telling me, "Oh, you probably shouldn't have even put the video up," and yet the video is doing good.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, shut your mouth. You clearly don't know YouTube.
Right.
It's just, and it's like, like I was telling Snickers last night too. Like, I don't necessarily like making these, the juggalo, the drama and the juggalo video, or
Hmm.
drama in the juggalo world videos, but it's just like, I hate to say it, but they get views.
Yeah.
I don't like the drama, but they get views.
Drama sells.
You know, I mean, sure, I'd be more than happy just to sit and talk about the stuff that's not drama related, like the shows going on and what videos the rappers are putting out, or what's up and coming and stuff. Like, I'd much rather do that, but shit, if some shit pops off, like, I'm gonna be a fool not to put it up because I know if I don't do it, somebody else is going to.
Yeah. I've seen so many reaction videos for that ICP, or I mean, Twisted says that Juggalos turned on him. There's like
Yeah,
so many versions of it.
exactly.
Just like whenever Crimson got off the Dr. Phil show, like with
Oh
us being the
yeah.
first ones to interview him, there was like slews and slews of videos of them taking
Oh
pieces of
yeah.
the interview even and making a video.
Oh
It's like,
yeah.
wow.
That's why I told, like, that's why it's like I didn't feel bad in telling some people. It's just like, I'm not, like, I understand where people might get mad at people because they wanted to claim, like, oh, I'm not in this for the views. There is no situation you could have catched me in since I've started my YouTube for me to sit there in any one of my videos to deny that I'm trying to get views. Shit, I'm gonna
Right.
be honest. I'm not like some of these people. Like, I feel like I can hold my integrity while sitting saying, like, yeah, dude, I want views and eventually I want money.
Hmm.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, to me, it's one thing if you want to sit and say, oh, I don't want to be a sellout and then sell out. I'm not saying
Right.
that. Shit. I hit it. If I can hit it big on YouTube, shit, why not? Because
Hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna do something different. Because if I was to make it big, like, I would actually help out all the people that were fucking, like, down with me.
Right.
Like, I know for sure if for some reason I was to pop off, shit, one of the two of the people I'm hitting up right away would be you and Snickers,
Hell yeah, bro.
being like, shit, you guys have been riding with me for a while, like, shit, like,
Hmm.
now that I'm popping, like, shit, let's do some shit.
That's why I'm hoping this stuff goes through that I was talking about earlier, because like if it does, it's going to be major for everyone.
Hell yeah.
Like if I do get big and make it rich or whatever for music, I'm still going to be me in a way, still going to be helping out everyone else. I'm not one of those ones that's
Yeah.
all stingy with the money.
Yeah. See, you know, I I already know that. I already know that money doesn't change me. Like, I used to do a bit of hustling back in the day and stuff. And
Oh yeah,
I mean, I don't anymore or whatever, but it's like I've been in periods where I've had money. Money doesn't change me.
for sure.
Like, I can't say that my friends didn't like me more with money, because I mean, like, I'm the type of dude that if I got, like, if I got money to play around with, like, I mean, my friends will definitely see the benefits of it too.
Right.
That's just me.
Well, darn. I was trying to get Mars on here too, but he's busy at the moment too. So shit. I guess everyone's busy or at work or doing their church thing for the day.
Yeah, who knows?
Oh yeah, it is Sunday. I just remembered that. Yeah. So, yeah. It's gonna be hard to get anyone on.
Yeah.
I guess we're the only ones that are just pretty much free almost all the time.
Well, I told you where I sit religiously, so I mean,
Mhm.
you know why I'm not in any of those buildings. You know, and like I said, I mean, if that's what people are choosing to do, all the more power to them.
Mhm. Well, even though I'm Christian, I'm not one of the ones where I believe where I have to go to this one specific building to do my worshiping. Like, if you even
See,
read the
I
Bible, it even says where two or more get together, that's where it is. I mean,
yeah, see, and I wish really more people I really wish more people had that attitude.
and another thing that people misconstrue is they're like, oh, Jesus, he always hung out with the good people. No, he didn't hang
No,
out
he
with the good
didn't.
people. They was already saved. He went out to the sinners and all those and was like, hey, what's up, homies? Here, let's break some bread. Like, he'd
Yeah.
bring them to the
See,
good side.
yeah, dude. See, that's my biggest thing. Like, honestly, dude, it's so nice to hear somebody say that because honestly, like, I really wish, like, to me, like that. See, that's like that. That's my main essential problem with like some Christians is like
Hmm.
they don't act Christ-like.
Yeah, they become Christian and then all of a sudden they're holier than thou.
Like to me, it's like if you read the Bible right, it's supposed to be you're not supposed to judge. You're not supposed to
Hmm.
just hate on people for no reason. Like, and yet
Yeah,
then there's just so many people that they don't even follow what's in the book.
for sure.
Like you want to talk about the book, but you don't follow it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like honestly, that's like I mean, honestly, that's the one side of the Bible I actually kind of liked was like if you actually look at like Jesus' teachings and how Jesus conducted himself.
Hmm.
Like he did stuff for the everyday people and he was out to help people and you know
Yep.
like I think like that big that being one of the bigger more positive messages. I just feel like so many Christians leave that to the wayside
Hmm.
when to me like that's really the stuff you should like if you're gonna cherry pick from the book like that's what you should cherry pick because I mean if you really want to look at it in the sense of like like Old Testament, like I'm sorry, but like the Old Testament God's not a good
Yeah.
not a good look for
He,
Christianity
yeah.
because
He was
you
very
got the whole
vengeful.
thing of yeah he's vengeful he's supposed to be all loving but then he's vengeful and tells people to go to war in their name of religion and then
Hmm.
even floods the world and kills everyone just because some people were sinning.
Yep. He
So
hit the
it's just like,
master
yeah,
reset.
I just rather it's like I found I can get along being religiously what I am a lot better
Hmm.
with the Christians if you're gonna claim it like that are more like New Testament and actually kind of look at the teachings of Jesus, kind of
Yeah.
like you said. Because to me,
Like,
I view the same thing. Like you don't need a church to be a Christian because all Christianity is it's a faith or belief element. All
hmm.
you have to do is believe or have faith. To me, as
Yep.
long as you have that and you're just if it helps you and it puts you along a good path, then I say all the more power to anybody who wants to do that. Then
For sure. Huh, coffee giving me a little gas.
I mean my thing was is like I kind of stepped away from it all because I started studying a bunch of religions myself.
Yeah.
And the more religions I studied, I just came to found they had the same concepts. It was it plus it for me anyways, like I just, after I had studied a bunch of them and then I studied other stuff that had nothing, I mean like Buddhism and stuff like that
Hmm.
or like even the opposite end. Like I'd studied like some like Satanism and like paganism and stuff like that. Like I just noticed how similar a lot of it was, and people want to sit and think, like they're closed minded, like they sit and think like, oh well, like, oh, my religion's got to be different than some other religion, and it's like, no, no, it's really not.
Yeah. They're all pretty
Like
much
that,
the same.
it's like, I mean, especially like people want to like try to separate, like, say like Christianity and Islam. It's like, no, it's basically the same book and a different handwriting,
Mhm.
you know.
It's like with the whole Christian thing having like so many denominations and everything. If I was to like claim a denomination, it'd probably be non-denominational.
Yeah, see, and honestly, like I guess myself, like, I say I tend to like get along with people that go the non-denominational route,
Mhm.
because the ones that tend to like strap themselves to a denomination, those more than often, I can't say all the time, more than often, those are the ones that come across as like judgmental and like their
Yeah.
nose in the air. Because at least not most non-denominational ones, they're open thinking about it. They're like, well, yeah, I have the faith. I don't know that I can say it's 100% true. I believe it myself,
Mhm.
and I just like what it has to offer. Whereas you get the ones that'll actually like tie themselves down, like especially like Catholics or like Baptists or Pentecostals, like they're all like fire and brimstone, and if you don't follow like we do, like you're gonna go to hell, and they make these threats and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's just like that's not a good way to get people into your stuff.
Yeah. So they need to do it like Mars. Like he was not tearing anyone down. He was straight lifting people up, giving inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, I just that's just the way I look at it. It's just
Oh
like
yeah.
to me, like I've always looked at whatever religion you're gonna pick, it should always be like you just let that person like come to it themselves, because honestly, to shove it upon them and shove it upon them, most of the time, that's just gonna churn them away.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people that I've talked to that claim themselves to be what I am, that's how they got there, was because they grew up having it shoved down their throats their whole life,
Yep.
and then they started studying other religions and went, oh, okay, well, I'm just not going to be a part of any of this. But I mean, but I'm definitely the type of, if it helps you and it keeps you on a good path, and it's something like you do for yourself, cool. Like, I mean, I used to be the type I'd sit there and like try to convert people to my side and
Mhm.
all that other, but I've grown out of that. I don't see any use in it. I'm just like, that's why I just tell anybody, just like, dude, choose your own path with it. And if believing in any kind of religion like helps you in any way, you think it helps your life, go for it.
Yep. Wish they'd make it to where we could like go live on YouTube from our phone with Hangouts.
Yeah, that would be nice. Well, no, actually, yeah, they do. But I
One
just
second.
don't think you can do it with Hangouts.
Ooh, I just got an idea. I
You
actually
can
have
go
a
you can go live, but you can only go live as like a single person.
yeah. One second, I just remembered something. Since I got my other Facebook account, I could just invite myself.
But I remember that I remember thinking that same thing myself. I wish they'd do it to where you could do it on a phone, but with
Right?
Google Hangouts and be able to go live. But that I know of all they're doing right now. See, like I I can go live just as me on just my account, but it won't be with Google Hangouts.
Yeah. One second. Got this other headset. So I need a cigarette, but I don't want to end the video just to go for a cigarette. So I'm gonna figure out a way to go live from my phone. Which, since the computer's still signed in as one person, I'm sure I could sign in with my other Facebook and send an invite to myself and then bring myself in as a third person in a way. It's crazy enough it
Yeah,
might work.
or all you have to do is if you have a second YouTube account, just invite your second account and then just use your phone. Invite your phone on your second account.
Yeah. I ain't got another YouTube, but definitely got another Facebook, so I can just manage to get one to myself, I guess.
All I know is I've seen people do it to where like they have their hangout and then they switch it to their phone.
Yeah,
Then they have both going at one. I don't know how to do it myself, but I know people.
right. That's my problem. Like, I'm still new to this whole Hangouts and minicam and everything.
I mean, I'm pretty well versed in it, but
One second. Trying to remember which window I gotta grab to do what. Paste that. All right. Well, there's that. Okay, we'll see if it'll let me do it. Gotta sign in with my other Gmail account.
yeah, that's what I was saying is even if you just had another Gmail account.
But it looks like it just might let me do it. Alright, let me switch back over to this. It's saying something about an ongoing call, so I might be pulling up into it. And looks like I might. Oh, yep. Alright, one second, I'm switching over. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Oh shit, too long ahead quoting. Oh. Hell yeah, now I can go outside for a cigarette. Oh, that's cool. I still get to see everything going on. So if the kitties start fucking with my mic, I'll see it. So I can go in there and smack them around. Oh. Yeah. See, fuck the nanny cam. I got kitty cam. This definitely unique. Seeing my equipment and me not around it, and me on a different little window.
Yeah.
Can't wait to start this new job. That way I can actually afford cigarettes better than the ones I'm rolling now.
Yeah. I that's a habit I'm glad I quit a long time ago.
Right. Shit, I've been smoking cigarettes for like 24, 25 years now.
Yeah, I mean it's I feel for people though. It's like it's all about how people are because I mean I know for some people it's super hard to quit and for some people it's
Oh yeah.
not.
After some of the stuff I went through growing up, I'm surprised I don't do worse.
Yeah, I mean there's that too. Like I always tell people I mean like that's another thing I'll tell people. It's like, well, whether it's like smoke cigarettes or drink or maybe smoke, like probably better off doing one of those three things than anything like hard drugs.
Mm-hmm. Something must have made a noise in my living room. I seen the video switch over. Oh, this actually gives me a good look on my little banner at the bottom of my thing. Looks like I need to recenter some of the bottom text on it. I would have never figured that out unless I tried this.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's never too bad. That's why it's never too bad. Like go and sit back and watch like a little bit of like videos on. Like I'll sit every once in a while, like going back and watch like a little bit of video. Like I either did like with some people or myself.
Mm-hmm. I probably watched that Mars interview like 3 or 4 times already. It's not the best cigarette in the world, but it's nicotine.
Well, I mean, too. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I know a lot. I know a lot of people who kind of do it that way, roll themselves.
Yeah.
I know you save a lot of money because a buddy of mine, that's what he does. He says he says for the money he would spend, like, what was it? I think on what his budget was for like 2 weeks of cigarettes. He could then spend that same money and buy, after the machine, buy just the tobacco and the filters once he had the machine, and he could make like 4 cartons for the money he used to spend on like name brand cigarettes.
Yeah, with the ease. And if he actually hand rolls them, then they can save even more money because then you ain't got to buy the tubes.
Well, he doesn't. He uses the tubes, and he's got a machine and buys tobacco.
Mm.
But he says he still saves like a ton of money as compared to when he was smoking Newports.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that brand's hella expensive.
Yeah, because he was one of those people, like he did, like when he was smoking name brand, he'd always have Newport 100s.
Yep.
The menthol.
Where you spend like $80-$90 for a carton of Newports, you could have bought like 4 or 5 tubs of tobacco and like rolling papers and all that.
Yeah.
Smoke for like a month and a half, 2 months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately right now I'm in the poorhouse so much I'm using actual notebook paper and cigarette butts I've been stocking up on.
Yeah.
So I'll take all my good cigarette snipes out of the ashtray, throw them off into a separate container, and then eventually when we run out of cigarettes, I slowly work on those. Which down here I smoke a 305 menthol cigars. They're like little cigarette cigars. I smoke on them, and they're only like $1.70 a pack at the highest I've seen them.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cheap to get those, but hell, sometimes you can't even get those, so you just do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
It's like one day I was over at this one place called The Source. It's a place that helps like homeless and poor people with like food and stuff. And this one dude was about to throw away this big like 5-gallon Ziploc baggie of tobacco because it was pipe tobacco and he didn't like the taste of it. I'm like, shit, dude, let me have it.
Hell yeah.
I just finally ran out of that after like 4 months of smoking on it. Finally ran out like a week ago.
Yeah, that's what my buddy does. He just buys bag pipe tobacco. He pays like $20 for like a pound of it.
Yup. Comes in a little resealable bag and everything.
Yep. Yeah, he just basically made menthol Newport 100s for himself. He'll use like the menthol filters, but then he'll use like the red tobacco.
Yup.
And it tastes just like a Newport.
Yeah.
Because like when I was rolling with him, when I was rolling with him for a bit, like I don't know, once in a while, like I'd smoke one with him once in a while.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, this isn't really that much different than a Newport.
The only difference is it's a hell of a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Actually, one cigarette that like I always that once in a while when I found that I actually liked was Marlboro Smooths. Tastes just like peppermint.
Right. Now I feel much better. Have my dose of nicotine for the time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this phone side. That way it don't get looping like it is.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And let's see. Well, shoot, bro. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Probably get stuff ready for the show tonight.
Right on.
Nothing else. If I go live again, I'll probably hit you up.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, brother. Much love.
Yep. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.